Okay, so let's take a quick look at how Google Voice operates. Let's use my example. So I have two phones. I have the Voyager and I have the G1. So these are my two phones and they both have different phone numbers. I got a Google Voice number, so we'll use this as GV. So all this is a piece of, it's software basically. It's a phone number and that's it. So when people call me and they call my Google Voice phone number, Google Voice is pretty much just the middleman. They take the incoming phone number, associate it with my Google Voice account, and depending on who it is, they'll route the call to the appropriate phone depending on the settings, which could be, the person calling, or there's different settings and options and sending people to voicemail and greetings, but Google Voice is just the intermediary. When you flip it and talk about making calls, it's a different thing entirely. So when you actually get calls from Google Voice, they are going to come from, they'll appear to come from the proper phone number, but in your settings, for example, if you get an SMS, it'll be from like a 406 number. So it'll be like 406 686 and then something 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 something. So it's really weird and confusing because then you've got, basically Google Voice associates this number with a contact. So say, there's Dave. So Dave has his actual phone number, 555 whatever, and they're all fives. This is his actual phone number. But Google Voice uses this number for him. So now you've got two phone numbers for each person in your contact list. Google Voice has to do this. So it's a little bit confusing, and now the problem is that if you want people to see your Google Voice number when you call them, you have to call that 406 number. So let's take a look at kind of how that works. So basically, here's your phone. So you call Google Voice. Google Voice processes what phone number you're calling from, and then depending, they connect you to whatever your personal account, and in your personal account they have your contact list. So say Dave's number here is, his Google Voice number is 406 686 0046. So that's Dave's phone number. The interesting thing here is that different people with Google Voice accounts will all have this number as one of their contacts, 406 686 0046. If you have Google Voice, you'll have that as one of your contacts. It could be Ellen. Someone else has Google Voice. It could be Jeffrey. I don't know. So all these different people have the same exact phone numbers they're calling. So I guess the main thing here is that when you're calling Google Voice, they are associating each one of these phone numbers only to your account. So this is just a virtual phone number. And it goes in order. And people are sharing some information about what numbers are coming up for their contacts. And it appears that they're all using this main base of 406 686. So that, the next contact might 0047 and then 0048. So when you're using this with your main carrier, there's a problem. For example, T-Mobile, you have your My Faves. And if you don't switch your My Faves to include this number, then it's not going to be used because you're not going to be calling this number. It's not going to be listed there. So you're going to be wasting those minutes, and your bill at the end of the month could really shock you. So I guess the main way to get around this is an Android application that would handle the processing of all these numbers for you. The one that I've seen on the market now is GV. It's by Evan somebody, I forget who. But basically it automatically will associate this number with a contact in your phone. And when you call that person, it will call their Google Voice number. Your phone will ring. You'll have to answer the call, and then it will connect you. So it's a little bit tricky, and my guess would be that Google is going to come out with their own application for Google Voice on the Android platform and on the iPhone and other platforms as well. So making calls and sending calls or making calls and receiving calls are very different. And remember, this is still in beta though, so a lot of these things will be cleared up as time goes on. I just kind of wanted to show you how it works. And I will post a link to the thread where they're talking about all this 406 stuff, because it's really interesting kind of how it works, and I just am talking about the basics of it. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully this gives you a little insight as to how the whole Google Voice thing operates in the back end, and hopefully we'll see a Google Voice application on the Android market in the coming weeks. So I hope you liked my little stick figure presentation. Have a good day.
Okay, so to show you a real life example of this, here's an SMS that I got from someone checking to see if this is my real number. This is the SMS message details, and you can see the phone numbers from 406-953-4170. That isn't their phone number. That's their Google Voice number, virtual number associated with my account. So when you get Google Voice, you might have someone in your contact list that's 406-953-4170, but we will not be calling the same person. In this application, GV, if you press on it, there is, you can dial the number, you can go to your contacts, you can check your voicemail and the call log, and this is everything associated with your Google Voice account. So it's dialing, it's showing your contacts that you have in your actual phone and associating them with your Google Voice account. But this, it's kind of cool because if you use just the stock contacts and you select somebody, it will ask you if you want to call them using GV or messaging, or I guess this is a SMS. So it allows you to choose. You could use your number from the phone, or you could use your GV number. So you can still use the regular contact, and that's solved with using an Android application. So like I said, I'm sure that Google will come out with their own Google Voice Android application, and all the world's problems will be solved.